In other news, we go to the Vatican.
Ooh.
Where worthless Pope Francis opens his mouth, shoves both legs down his throat.
Wow.
Once again.
I'm shocked.
Says that it's a grave sin to turn away migrants.
What the fuck?
I'm Jazz Borganzo on this. Yeah, you know what, Francie?
Don't say it.
When you have people who shouldn't even be in your country wreck your country, that is a grave sin.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
And it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Of course, it is Thursday. We go to the Vatican. Yes, we go to that wonderful, wonderful place, home of Pope Francis, where the Pope has said some controversial things over the years. You know, climate change, is racist. Let's see. He doesn't really have much of a problem with being transmental. But now, again, in regards to racisms, if you turn away migrants, it's a grave sin. Yes, it's a sin to turn away migrants. Migrants who are wrecking countries. No, let them in. This, coming out of Breitbart. Pope Francis, turning away migrants is a grave sin. There he is in a nice photo op. Immigration law should not be made stricter, but rather looser to allow more immigrants to cross international borders, Pope Francis said on Wednesday. Rather than more restrictive laws and militarization of borders, what is needed to expansion of secure and regular means of access, the pontiff told his presence in weekly general audience, and a global governance of migration based on justice, fraternity, and solidarity. You sure not? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's got a little similar ring to it. It must be said clearly that there are those who work systematically by any means to turn away migrants. To turn away migrants, the Pope stated. And this, well done, when done with conscience and responsibility, is a grave sin. Quote, God shares drama of migrants. God is with them, with migrants. He suffers with them, with migrants. He weeps and hopes with them, with migrants. He insisted, adding that the Lord is with our migrants, not those who turn them away. Wow. Way to insert the Lord in all this. Okay. Breitbart. When will Pope Francis tear down his wicked Vatican walls and embrace millions of migrants? And when will the Vatican let unvaccinated migrants in? We'll wait. In his audience, Francis also praised the work of NGOs and others who, like Good Samaritans, do the utmost to help and save the wounded and abandon migrants on the routes of desperate hope. These courageous men and women are a sign of humanity and will not allow itself to be infected by the bad culture of indifference and waste, he said. What kills migrants is our indifference and attitude of discarding. And I ask you, do you pray for migrants? Those who come to our lands to save their lives, or do you want to chase them away? He scolded. The push for more streamlined international migration has been a hallmark of Francis' papacy, while he has demonized as xenophobia, those who call for stronger, less porous borders. Yet while the Pope and many other European bishops have encouraged greater openness to migrants and easier migration paths, African prelates have sharply criticized this approach, insisting that mass migration is detrimental to their people and should not be encouraged. Nigerian Cardinal John Oniyekan, I'm butchering his name, I'm sure I am, the Archbishop of Abuja, Nigeria, said that the mass migration out of his country is a sure sign of political leadership has failed. Authorities should make Nigeria home. Same should be applicable to other African countries, he said. Having visited Italy and other number of countries in Nigeria, Nigerian prostitutes on the streets of Rome and other cities as a result of mass migration, the cardinal said he was ashamed. I'll tell you bluntly, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed, he told the BBC. I'm moving through the streets of Rome, Milan, Naples, and see my daughters on the streets for sale. I'm ashamed that I even stopped to greet some of them. You can't even encourage them in the conversation because they were brought out of the village illiterates. All they learned and all they know on the streets of Italy is what they need for their business. I'm ashamed. According to reports, some 80% of Nigerian women who arrived in Italian shores wind up in prostitution, usually by force. And those currently, 1 out of every 2 prostitutes in Italy is Nigerian. Gee, I didn't think it was that. Oh, wow. That's huge. Pope Francis praises multiculturalism. Migrants always bring riches. Really? What type of riches are those? I like to know. Many young Nigerian women are enticed to traveling to Italy with promises of honest work only to find that they are expected to sell themselves on the streets. Similarly, Guinean Cardinal Robert Sarah, the former head of the Vatican Liturgical Department, has contended that the church should not be encouraging migration. It is wrong to use the word of God to promote migration. He said, because using the Bible to encourage migration is false interpretation. It's better to help people flourish in their culture rather than encourage them to come to Europe, he said. The cardinal also denounced the church's push for migration to Europe, insisting that most migrants wind up in Europe without work or dignity and assume the condition of slaves. Is that what the church wants? He said, adding that the church should not support this new form of slavery that is mass migration. Cardinal Sarah also argued that the church's migration on ecology is of interest to no one, and that the risk becoming just another NGO if it focuses on the horizontal issues rather than preaching Jesus Christ. The crisis of the church is above all else the crisis of faith, he said. Some want the church to be a human or a horizontal society. They want to speak the language of the media. They wanted to make it popular. Another high-ranking African prelate, Cardinal Peter Turkson, said it's high time to close the tap of African immigration to Europe. The fact of the matter is that those cardinals and other bishops who disagree with the Pope are absolutely correct. Illegal immigration, illegal migration has ruined countries. Italy, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Switzerland, the UK, which is the biggest culprit here. The UK has been flooded with illegal immigrants to the point where their countries don't look, their states, their countries, their provinces, their neighborhoods don't look like the way they used to. Now, of course, you're probably saying, well, what, Jazz, what? They're not looking white anymore? No, they're not looking British anymore. Now, if you want to tie British with white, knock yourself out. But we have seen multiple videos over the years of immigration run amok. British citizenry getting beat up in the streets, stabbings, shootings, what have you. Recently, what was it? The story about a children's party that an illegal Nigerian, I think it was a Nigerian, broke into the house, stabbed multiple people, and killing 3 children. But that's an anomaly. That never happens. Practically every other day. But illegal immigration has caused reckless havoc across these countries. Groomer gangs, since what? 2014? I mean, before that, but when they first got noticed, it was about 2014 to 2016 during Obama's years that there were grooming gangs running around in Germany, in Italy, in France of illegal migrants. And we're not just talking from Africa. We're talking Middle Eastern countries that have come in and wrecked countries. So with the UK, and I'm just focusing on the UK, is that right now, too little is too late. If they were to wake up tomorrow, if the Prime Minister were to wake up tomorrow, Parliament would wake up tomorrow and say, hey, you know what? We're going on a mass immigration sweep. We are sweeping out neighborhoods. We're rolling in with trucks. We're getting them out of the country. You know what kind of shitstorm that would have? That would be literally war on the streets. Literally war on the streets. But you guys in Europe have fucked up badly. You guys have fucked up badly. And for the Pope to basically say, yeah, you know what, it's a good thing. You know, let them all in. You know, like a lot of the fucking knuckleheads in this country who are saying, yeah, let the world into the United States because we're a big enough country. We can handle it. No, we're pushing 350 million people right now. We got illegals, Venezuelans. And it reminds me, in Aurora, Colorado, who have taken over that town, who are going into neighborhoods, who are going into apartment complexes and running people out of those buildings. It literally looks like UK. But yet, according to the Pope, it's all good. Let them all in. Because if you don't, you're a sinner. No, Pope, you're an idiot. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching, guys. And, wow, watching guys twice. Okay, whatever. But we'll see you next time. Peace.